My name is Yasmin.
Hi, my name is Michelle.
I'm Fred.
Today our topic is about birds. We will be discussing about basic things that you would need to know about owning a pet bird. Some basic tips on husbandry, grooming, behavior, and basic care will be discussed today.
We're going to be talking about husbandry, such as housing, nutrition, and exercise. So with housing, size of cage should be determined by the size of the bird and not the cost of the cage. Birds are social creatures, and cage should be placed where interactions with the owner is possible. Cages may be constructed of metal, plexiglass, suitable wire mesh. Construction and design of cage should be kept simple and provided in a safe environment. Perches should be a significant size and not covered by sandpaper, as this can lead to trauma and infection. Newspaper is best substrate to use. Cages should be cleaned and bedding changed daily. So now with nutrition, since the late 80s, research in the area of avian nutrition has provided a marked improvement in the diets of caged birds. A varied diet of seeds, pellets, and table food is highly recommended by most avian veterinarians. A diverse diet not only provides the necessary vitamin and energy requirements, but will also provide psychological stimulation through touch, feel, and color. Birds produce little saliva and require an adequate water intake. Fresh water should always be available to the bird. Birds that receive a well-balanced diet probably need no other supplements such as vitamin and calcium. So exercise should be required in all birds. However, because the home is a dangerous place for the birds, exercise should be supervised. Birds should never be left unattended. Many owners set up a play area for them, and some have harnesses that allow them to be taken outside without any danger of losing them. Many birds are lost each year when owners take them outside, only to have them take off on a wind current and disappear. And that is it.
All right, I'm Fred, and we're going to talk about some behavioral issues with these birds. So many parrots are instinctively, they strive for a position of dominance within their flock, your household. So with that being said, many of the behavioral problems stem from this. They can arise from the situation, but they can be prevented when the owner is clearly established as the flock leader. So training serves to build trust between you and your parrot, while at the same time clarifying the parrot's role within the household. So some commonly taught skills can include fundamental verbal commands, such as up and down. So the two most important things you can teach your bird are to step onto your hand using an up command, spoken in a firm, pleasant manner, and to step off with the down command. Use these commands consistently. Other important verbal commands are okay and no. Towel handling. So regular gentle towel handling or cuddling will make visits to your avian veterinarian much easier for your bird. Lay a towel out flat and place the bird in the center. Gradually pick up the corners. Some birds, particularly young birds, may enjoy playing peekaboo. Once your bird is used to this, playfully wrap her or him up in the towel and pick him or her up and cuddle her. Another thing you can do with these birds is examine the wings and toes. So the ability to easily touch your pet's toes and wings will make the grooming process much easier. Begin by gentle touching of the toes while your bird is on a perch or wrapped in a towel. Gently lift each wing with your fingers. When your bird is comfortable with having both wings spread, touch each flight feather. Find a command word to say while touching toes and wings that works for you and your bird. Regularly spoon or syringe feeding a treat makes it much easier to medicate your parrot in the future. Feed a soft, flavorful item like sweet potato, baby food. Make sure the food is warm, but not hot. Stir well if a microwave is used to prevent hot spots. Do not allow your bird to pump as a baby bird would. Just dribble the soft food into the beak. So for your training sessions, it is advised to, select a neutral room away from the cage and a neutral perch. Practice skills with your bird regularly. Birds have a short attention span, so a good starting point is to have about a 15-minute session 3 times a week at the same time daily. Make sure there are no distractions such as a television or conversation with others. Be prepared. Get everything together for a training session before removing your bird from its cage, because it doesn't want to wait around for you. Be patient, be persistent, and keep things simple, focusing on one behavior each session. Use positive reinforcement such as praise, foods, treats, affection, or a favorite toy. Never yell, or I don't think I should have to say this, or hit your bird. I think if you follow some of these simple instructions, you'll find that your bird will definitely view you as a flock leader and will definitely curtail some behavioral issues. Thank you.
I'm Michelle. I'm going to discuss some grooming things that you would need to do with your pet bird. Wing clipping is frequently requested by owners, and owners actually may assume that the wings are required for regular intervals to be clipped. In captivity, however, the frequency of feathers as they are molted vary based on the nutrition that the bird receives. A bird can only glide to the ground after the wings are trimmed. A wing trim is when you pretty much remove the 4th or 7th of the distal primary flight feathers from both wings. Nail trimming is often requested, and frequently it's for the owner's comfort and not because of the overgrowth of the nails. Nail trimming actually decreases the bird's stability on the perch, and it increases the chances that it will fall off the perch and cause some trauma and injuries to the bird. What you can do is actually blunt the sharp points with a grinder in clinic, or if it's a large bird. If it's a small bird, you could actually use some like cat nail trimmers to clip off the tips for a small bird. And beak trims sometimes are necessary because of abnormal overgrowths of the upper and lower beak. Beak deformities are seen with improper husbandry or trauma. Healthy birds actually, if you give them some abrasive surface, such as a concrete perch, it can eliminate a lot of nail trims that are required or excess keratin buildup on the beak. Concrete perches should not be the primary perch in the cage because this could lead to abrasions to the plantar surfaces of the feet. Leg bands are used to identify the location of which a bird was quarantined, which some clients will come in and ask for requests of removal of these bands. These bands were used as identification tools as chicks. Bands can lead to some health hazards, like necrosis to the distal limbs if the band is too tight. Nowadays, they do offer microchipping for identification purposes. Some common diseases that you may see in clinic are bumblefoot, and it is a common problem in captivity. Heavy bodied birds or cockatiels or budgies or Amazons, you will see that commonly. This is caused to a secondary infection caused by trauma of the plantar surface of the foot. Pox virus is also common depending on the species of the parrot or bird. Lesions are found on the head around the eyes and beak. The lesions are crusty, usually white or like a honey colored. Infections are common in canaries, lovebirds, blue-fronted Amazon parrots. Some external parasites that are commonly seen are usually mites. Mites, they tend to burrow under any featherless area of the bird. So the feet are usually where you will see them, or around the cloaca. Abnormal beak growth can be seen. Usually they will use ivermectin for treatment. Mites, they could be transmitted directly by contact or any fomite in the area. So proper sanitation of enclosure is very important to eliminate. Some important things that every prospective bird owner should know about: importance of husbandry and helping your bird maintain a healthy lifestyle. Proper handling and training is especially important if there are many people in the household, and if it will help make vet visits that much easier. Finally, proper grooming will help cut down on some visits and save you some money.
Thank you for watching.